Hi, Reject Nation. I'm Greg Alba.
I'm John Humphrey.
We have read every Star Wars book, comic, and watched every show. This isn't a reaction. We're just going to watch a scene and then enjoy it and be like, glad we got to rewatch that. All right. That was the best joke I've ever made in my entire life. So, we are going to watch The Clones Are Ambushed on the Maiden Road clip. A few days ago, we did a reaction to one of New Rockstar's videos talking about Star Wars' new timeline and basically going over the timeline of the shows and the movies and yada, 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 and how it all folds out in linear fashion. We've seen the movies and stuff. We're going to watch The Mandalorian, but we haven't actually seen any of the shows. And I'm planning on actually, after Rise of Skywalker, starting up a linear order fashion, starting with whatever the first show was. That
The first point of the timeline is.
It wasn't Clone Wars. There we go. People already clicked off. Anyway, this is a top reward tier video request from a man named Matthew Cronin. And he said, this is a clip from one of the best episodes of the Clone Wars Season 4, Episode 7. No spoilers, just great animation and action directed by Stuart Lee. Just a little enticement to watch the show live. I guess he's trying to get us to react to the show. We'll see. We'll see. You say no spoilers, yet it's such a popular scene.
Uh-oh, look out now.
This better be great.
I love this.
So, why aren't we sticking to the original plan and probing the city defenses first? We can do this. Let's take them. Yeah, leave it to Hardcase to dive in head first. The General's new plan is reckless.
Red Hot Chili
Go think
Peppers.
that maybe the General knows
Big
what he
fan.
is doing. I know you think this is a bad idea.
All the death counts.
I raised my objection to General Krell's plan, but he didn't agree. So, this is it. But what if he's wrong? Then what? This isn't the time for a debate. Right now we have to stay alert.
That thing is really silent.
I know.
It's too quiet
light.
out there.
Hey, this is shot pretty cool.
All's is down. So's Ringo.
Ringo.
Can you sweep him? No more over here. Looks like the whole road's been booby-trapped. Everyone watch your step.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow.
This became a firefight. No time flat.
Oh, cool.
I think Hardcase made him mad.
Oh man, this is awesome. Dude, I can see why adults actually watch this show.
That's pretty
I always thought this was just like a super kiddie shit. I've never seen a commercial or anything.
All directions! We don't have any cover! We need to pull back. Get them to follow us. If we can draw them out, we can see them. If we can see them, we can hit them. Off swap! Pull back now! This can't be good.
Looks just like Galaxy's Edge.
Feeble-minded clones. Get in there and save their necks.
Get ready! Here they come!
That is the coolest gun in the world.
It's like minigun. Gatling gun.
Hit them with everything you got!
Damn, this is like all out.
Yeah, it's a full battle sequence.
Where are you going?
Oh no. something to see.
Pulling back!
Oh, is it over?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. That
Yeah,
was pretty sweet.
not bad.
Yeah, I've always been under the impression that it was just like Star Wars for little kids. You know?
I would say kid accessible, certainly, but maybe not. Maybe this is carrying on some of the more sophisticated ideas of Star Wars.
Well, the way they edit and frame and the type of tracking and motion shots that they have here, like, well, this is like a real tense action scene.
Yeah, it's cinematic. It's
This
good.
isn't just some kid show.
Yeah.
I always thought that like it was made for kids, but if you want like more history and lore as a Star Wars fan, it's best to still watch it so that way you can pool all that knowledge and history and such. Then I was watching this like, oh, this is actually just a really cool show. I'm sorry. You know, I didn't even have to admit that, but I did.
Well done. See, honesty, transparency.
Once walked around looking for a black bastard.
Honesty and transparency always goes over well. Always. But, I mean, this does look pretty neat, and it makes me think that Star Wars is a funny thing because I'm not going to necessarily say it's for kids, but I think that there is something very kid accessible about the original films. Most of us of this generation, and certainly of the next generations, have seen it as children or have memories of watching it as children. And so I feel like something like this has a ton of potential to be very easy for a kid to get into, but also be very pleasing to the people who have spent so much time being Star Wars fans overall.
Right.
And this just goes to support that, yeah, because it seems like you'll get just as much of the cool science fiction action you loved as a kid and as an adult now. Now it just makes me curious about what the storytelling is like, you know.
John, I'm sure the storytelling is great. Look, when you stop watching all the current anime shows that we're watching on Patreon,
Oh yes, like
just
which
can
ones?
all them. Well, My Hero Academia is coming back, but let's face it,
Yeah.
no one cares to
No
watch
one
those.
cares. Death
They
Note's great, but no
wanna
one
watch
cares
us
about that either.
rewatch the show that has ended Clone Wars.
Now it's coming back. The Clone Wars is being revitalized.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the big deal.
Yeah, it's coming back. They revived it. It's saved. It's
What
a
if-
clone of its own self.
What if we only stopped watching every show but Supernatural and
Catch up on all this Star
and then
Wars.
catch up on all? We should just change to only Star Wars,
Okay.
Mandalorian. Or we just watch them all like one episode.
Watch
Just hop
Mandalorian and
around.
Obi-Wan together. Then you take the Clone Wars and I'll take Clone Wars. And you take Rebels and I'll take Resistance.
Well, what I was thinking was we watch each one of them individually and then we rewatch them
together.
together.
Definitely to see if our thoughts hold up, if we have the same opinions
Yeah.
or different opinions.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
we notice the
Same.
same details.
You know where I'm going with this. And
Reaction
then-
highlights for all of them.
I mean, that's all gonna have to change once the Boy Meets World revival comes back.
Mr. Feeney,
Not Boy Meets World. Saved by the Bell.
Mr. Belding.
Yeah. I'm sure this was a great contribution to this Clone Wars talk. that we had.
Totally. And now all we have is the rest of the show surrounding this one clip from season 4, episode 7 to get acquainted with.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we'll react to this, Matthew, but I'm definitely gonna at least start it up. Maybe I can catch up fast enough to react to the latest.
Well, they
Yeah,
can
that would
only
probably be the best one.
Be about 22 minutes or so.
An hour long, solid per episode.
170 hours of the Clone Wars.
Pure at minimum 55 minutes an episode. Roughly originally
kids have a
designed
big
for
attention span
HBO.
for this.
Star Wars has always been kid friendly. That's
Yeah.
why they're on Disney now.
That's why Disney XD has Star Wars. They're owned by Disney.
Even the hard, gritty new Mandalorian show is on Disney Plus.
Where they won't let it be that hard and gritty.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right, guys. Well, do you think we should pressure ourselves into catching up on Star Wars, the Clone Wars, so we could react to the latest season? Put your comments down below, especially if you're not a patron.
Especially. I want your feedback. Although, hey, I mean, maybe that would be great for figuring out what could bring in more patrons is what do you want? What would bring you in that's not here now?
John,
We have endless time.
Patreon is dying. YouTube is on the rise.
That's right. This new platform we've all discovered.
It's a way for patrons to compensate for the lack of what's been going on over at Patreon.
Yeah.
Now people are doing YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind,
You
guys.
want a free alternative.
Matthew, hey, buddy.
Listen.
I've noticed
Buddy.
about you, dude. God. What I've noticed about you, Matthew, is that every request you have given us has been solidly, consistently great, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you have this habit of going, I'm going to pledge the top rewards here, now I'm unpledging. Or like I'm lowering my pledge, which is cool. We're always cool with people doing that. But you've done this like 4 months in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So I just find it kind of funny because it's such a drastic difference between the lowest tier and the highest tier. Obviously you're lowering tier because I get it. It's difficult to afford. But then at the beginning of every month, you increase the tier.
Maybe he just wants to make absolutely sure by the end of the month that he's got that,
Yeah.
that balance in
Hey.
the positives.
I could learn a thing or two from you about how to watch my spending, because now with the fact of how YouTube has been a booming market, I am loaded.
Yeah, too much money going around here.
Too much. I spend it all on male strippers and male booze.
And a mailing service.
Surprisingly, that's what drowned my bank account.
Sending all those letters and boxes and packages, and I didn't even put anything in them. I just wanted to spend the money.